all the disrespect before you play back. Button check. Button check.
What is up, Butt Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day, a beautiful weekend of buttons that need to be checked. We got some hype stories. Matter of fact, I believe we got two hot ones that we got to talk about. So chapters down below, sub button right there on the race to 75K. So close. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. We're about to unpack. Without further ado, let's go. All right, first up, we got an FGC legend, an oldie but goodie, Mr. Excellent Adventures himself, Mike to the Ross, is back. Well, apparently he done never left because he still got it. So Tiger Uppercut hype tournament currently going on overseas right now, still unraveling. We'll keep you guys updated more than likely tomorrow. But what did just wrap up, I believe, was Fatal Fury. And guess who was in top 8? Mr. Mike to the Ross. So we're gonna cover some highlights, reactions, all that stuff. Let's go. Here we go. Full-grown Mike. Grown-ass man Mike. Still doing it, man. It's good to see, man. It's good to see the homie still in top 8s. Whoever would have guessed Fatal Fury, right? So Mike rocking that Billy. Okay, so the dude's up in oh, but here comes Mike! Miguel Rossington. Okay, so it's tied 1 round apiece right now. Oh, nice jump in. Oh, shit! Oh! Nice jump. And Mike takes it. Okay, Mike's still putting some work in. But apparently, Mike pissed him off because here he comes back. What's this guy's name, Dune? Dune's about to get in that ass. Oh, nice crossover. And Dune takes it, there you have, over Mike Ross. Mike actually ends up getting 5th though. He gets 5th place. And then this is Grand Finals. I just wanted to show you a clip of Grand Finals real quick. There you have it, there's your winner. Commentators are going crazy. Then shortly after that, Mike Ross posted this saying, "I love when Asian women put medals around my neck. Lord have mercy." Actually, I misread that. He said, "I love Fatal Fury, thank you." Then we got some FGC reaction right here saying, "You're too strong. Congrats, Mike. Mike, not 4th. Ross, seeing you there with Vita was sweet. Continuing on. What else we got? Congratulations. You played amazing. Unk still got it. Awesome, Mike. Congrats. Thank you for America representation. Meek Ross. Damn, Mike doing well in Asia. Congrats. 4th again. Just kidding. Congratulations." With he didn't get 4th, right? I believe he tied for 5th. But anyway, good. I saw Mike post that. I was like, look at the boy. Still doing it, still competitive, this time in Fatal Fury. I know he's been a fan of the game, but hey, I'm just interested to see where the hell the game is going to end up going. We had hopes for it in the beginning, then it was like, what the hell is this? Then all the money, promotion, then they just announced they're going to do it again, even more money, something like that. They're not going away anytime soon. It would be cool to see another player base as big and as popular as the Street Fighter series. In the FGC. At one point, we would say like it's Tekken, or maybe at one point even fucking Mortal Kombat. Not as of late, but I'm just saying in general, it would be cool. And I know that's super well-wishing, you know what I'm saying, to say that Fatal Fury would be even anywhere close to the likes and the numbers of Street Fighter 6. That's just me wishing. I would say like this game looks like it has a lot of potential. It has a lot of hype. just doesn't have a lot of numbers, at least not yet. How y'all feeling? Let me know. All right, next up for that Tekken 8 community, flaming Harada, apparently for no damn reason, buttons that need to be checked. So apparently this just popped off a few days ago. There's, I guess, a news source. Maybe I can do this for now. I'm just learning of them. They're called VGC, right? So they posted an article and apparently quoted Harada. A lot of people read that quote and were triggered instantly. A lot of people, obviously in the Tekken community. So we'll get that. Then we'll get an update from Harada and other people in the FGC that apparently cleared some shit up. Let's get it. Right here, starting with VGC, they posted this saying, Tekken series producer Harada says he's quite interested in Capcom's decision to charge fans to stream upcoming Street Fighter 6 tournament finals. And then here's the quotations. A lot of influencers are making big money off their streams, Harada said. So as of right now, that's all you have. So just off of that alone, a lot of people are like, what the fuck? I mean, people are already triggered in the Street Fighter community. We have to deal with the damn paywall for Capcom 12, and we're still like waiting for more updates from them because apparently they're not going to change it. They might change the price. What did they say it was originally, like 40 bucks or something like that? So they might change the price. I don't know, but they're not going to change the PPV as of yet anyway. So now you read that and you might think, are you fucking kidding me? Bandai's going to do it like Tekken 8 is gonna do it, especially that the state that Tekken 8 is in now. This would be some of the most ridiculous shit ever. So I guess the FGC took that, like I said, as gospel, and now they reacting. Right here, they saying, be careful, y'all are on thin ice as it stands, and not a word about balancing. And are they really about to be turning the golden era of the FGC into a money-hungry fuckfest? And bruh, and this ain't gonna work with T8. At least Street Fighter 6 has a large crowd who wants to watch the game, and he should be interested in fixing the game. Then you got they're playing a dangerous game because people will just boycott these events. Then you see Roman Jelly posting right here saying, I signed up to go to the TWT finals, but if they actually go through with this, I'm not gonna go. And what an absurd statement. Your game is alive because the passion of the community. Gatekeeping them would only kickstart its demise. And then down here, I guess this is the article that he's quote retweeting. Then I even see MoonSaultSlayer, and honestly, this is what triggered everything for me because I was just randomly scrolling while I was in the restroom, dropping something off while I was sitting down in there. It was an important package, a couple packages actually. Anyway, what I'm trying to say, I was like, let me listen to something real quick because I like to, listen to podcasts, whatever. This popped up, and the first thing that caught my eye was MoonSaultSlayer, like 25,000 views 2 days ago. I said, what the shit? 25,000, what was this topic? And it was titled, Tekken 8 just upset the entire fighting game community. So now I'm intrigued. What the hell happened? Because I didn't hear nothing about it, and he was talking about this very subject. So from that particular article, we'll give you guys the update as well. From that, he posted this.
It's how he's talking about how influencers are making big money off their streams. That sounds like you want to take money from like the Maximilians, the main mans, the content creators. This really just shows a level of disrespect for your audience because, when you talk about Tekken 7, they said tournaments was the reason why it sold 12 million copies. And what makes up tournaments? We know that pros definitely make up tournaments. And for Bandai Namco, once again, they're afraid to put up big money. At least Capcom is putting up $1 million at the end of each tournament to, support their players. Bandai Namco, while Harada brags that they are bigger than Capcom, they put out way smaller portions of money each and every year. So you don't really support the pro players like that. And then the content creators, we know you definitely don't support those guys because you block the most innocent, the most helpful, the most careful ones. If someone isn't like bowing down and kissing your feet at every wrong turn, then they get blocked on Twitter, right? And also when you talk about how influencers and content creators really helped Tekken grow, we know this for Eris. I know a lot of people don't know who Eris is anymore. He retired in the era of Tekken 7, transitioning to Tekken 8. But Eris at one point in time, aka Void in the Puddle, at one point in time was the biggest streamer in the FGC, right under people like Maximilian and stuff like that. He was like bigger than Main Man. And when he streamed Tekken had enough viewership totally to push it past Street Fighter.
Okay, so we'll just stop right there for now. So you get his point. A lot of people are like, this is bullshit. If you're really going to try to put it behind a paywall like Capcom did, it's not going to work. Especially, like, Capcom is already getting enough blowback as it is. But especially with Tekken 8, the state that it's in, and we all got a smaller player base than Street Fighter 6, it's for real, not going to work. But then, the reason why it's for real, not gonna work is because this whole thing is fucking Clickbait. It never happened. Harada comes through. He makes an update. Other people start apologizing. He's like, I never said this. What are y'all tripping about? Matter of fact, I noticed MoonSaultSlayer made an update like 2 days ago, or let me see, actually. He just posted, yeah, right after that, saying Harada shuts down the false allegations. But then we even have more reactions to that, so check this out.
A lot of influencers making big money off of their streams, Harada said. Now, this got a lot of people angry. As you can see, it has only 500 likes and almost 1 million views. That means a lot of people seen this, but no one agrees with it. Now, what we discovered a little bit after is that this news article is one, clickbait, and two, it's just horribly ripping what Harada said out of context. And I think the best tweet to summarize what the actual message here comes from Roman Jelly. He says, I want to apologize for falling for the clickbait title. Harada did mention that it's interesting other companies like Capcom is pursuing the pay-per-view event avenue, but he made no mention for it in the TWT finals. Quick interjection, I want to add this update into this update video.
Right here.
Harada responded to this actual interview and says the interview that this article is based on is probably this one at the link, right? And the answer to that is yes. I never said a single word about wanting to turn it into a paid content. I only said I wonder or interest how it could be achieved. In the first place, I am not even positive about monetization. The context and interpretation may have been created by the article by judging from the flow of the conversation. You would have to interpret it extremely negatively to think I was trying to make streaming paid. In any case, it is unlikely that it will be monetized, and in fact, the operation of streaming at TWT has never fallen within the scope of our business since the very beginning. Because the prize money is involved, these activities have been excluded from the scope of our Japanese corporation entity. Harada also says it's really frustrating how these days media and people tend to deliberately stir up controversy and interpret things in the worst way possible. He goes on to talk about how there's countless times where even Japanese news articles purposely try to take shots at Tekken, and it sucks that people do that. This is why when I make a mistake or I report something that's false, I try my best to correct the record, because I know how it is when people are saying stuff about you, about what you're doing, and it's not true, and all you could do is just sit there and be like, everyone's believing this garbage. I didn't say none of that. I didn't do none of that. It really
Okay, well, that's an interesting quote that MoonSaultSlayer would say, because I guess some of his viewers are seeing it different. When you go to the comment section right underneath that video, people are like, not gonna lie, bro, your content is part of the problem. You're sensationalizing and causing the same problems you're now speaking out against. You've been the main content creator speaking negatively about Tekken 8 pretty much since the beginning, and I get you monetize it and it's your best interest and you get views, but the way you're backpedaling is disingenuous. You didn't even apologize for your part, because the last video you made on the topic was very negative and you all but implied Harada tried to take money from the content creators' pockets. Then other people are like, facts, it's like he can't decide if he wants Tekken to be a better game or just ruin his reputation, or a dude can't read basic grammar. Underneath, I agree, bro, he takes all negative things from X, like Arslan and E's situation. But then you got some saying, nah, T8 is absolute garbage, and they kind of go back and forth. But then I actually see Moonsalt respond to that, saying, you are right, an apology was necessary. So there you have it. He just posted that yesterday. Now, right now, I don't see an apology. Maybe he made it on his community page. Let's go over there. Okay, no, I don't see anything over there. Maybe he posted it on Twitter. As of right now, I don't see an apology for that. I think some content creators, because I know I've been in that same boat. Let's be real. When people point at content creators like Moonsalt and they say you just add drama, you're a lot to blame. There's a couple ways you could do it, speaking as a content creator. Usually if we feel like we mess up, obvious thing is to make a video saying, hey, here's the true story, here's an update. But if you make the update and in it you don't say, hey, I was wrong too, let me correct y'all, or at least a post on the community page, something, and you go on to say, this is what I hate about the community, then obviously you're gonna get comments like that. People are like, bro, what the fuck? Do you not see your last video? By the way, that last video got 25,000 views. This one of you correcting it only got like 7,000. So that false one is gonna stick out more, unfortunately, than the actual true one. So anyway, as a content creator, you make the video, you correct it, you delete the original, or you could actually edit it. YouTube will let you go in, they'll let you cut out the pieces where you kind of put your foot in your mouth. I've done that a few times. I posted stories, and if they updated, or if the person in the story actually contacted me, say, hey, could you kind of edit this one part or yada yada, I'll go in there and I'll just trim the fat. Sometimes it'll be a whole damn story. Sometimes, worst case scenario, just delete the whole damn video. That's why you do got to be careful when you promote stories, or I should say, when you present stories like this, you got to say, if true, these are alleged right now. This is how people are reacting. And they then say something like, but if it updates, if it proves to be otherwise, I will definitely let you guys know. But how y'all feeling so far? Because if you just put all your eggs in that damn basket, you do end up looking quite foolish when it turns out it was just clickbait. And then from there, FGC responding to that tweet that Harada made saying, shame on VGC. They needed to vet their info better before publishing the article. That's from the homie Jake James Lugo. What's up, Jake? Continuing on, others are like, I'm grateful for your tweet. VGC lives off clickbait headlines. Thanks for clearing it up. They slandered the good man. But others saying you can't blame the community for fearing bad decision making when the Tekken team has a history of it. Oh, damn, that's a perspective. How y'all feeling about that? I will say this. When I just read that clickbait, obviously at the time, none of us knew it was clickbait. Some assumed, because I don't even know who the hell VGC was at the time. I didn't know the reputation or anything like that. But just going off of that, because it's already happened in the Street Fighter community, it would be not so far-fetched, right? To think that maybe Bandai might do it too. It would seem dumb as hell, but I mean, let's be real, so did the Capcom one. But still, you would think, holy shit, this is actually for real esports now. They're doing it. Then when you go on the whole, like this guy said, the Tekken 8 team and their decision-making lately, you add 1 + 1 and you get 2 pay-per-view bars. You know what I'm saying? Your mind starts to go like, shit, is this really a thing? I mean, would it really be so unbelievable? Technically, you can't really blame. I kind of agree with that. You can't really blame people for thinking that it could be possible. But I'll say this. You can blame people, because we're all human at the end of the day, for talking shit too early, for assuming, and for just going all out on Twitter, blasting, creating videos, all this stuff when we haven't actually figured out if it was true yet. We could all be blamed for that. Because like I said, once the truth actually does come out, we just look foolish and we got to make a bunch of apology tweets and videos. But as for now, looks like Harada's still holding it down. They still fighting to stay alive. We'll see what the new season brings. People are still begging for some updates. But as of right now, at least it looks like their head's in the right spot. Be like, no, we have no intention for the pay-per-view for Tekken. That's not our intentions. And I think that says a lot. But does it say enough? How do y'all feel? Let me know. That is Butt Check Family Different. Let me know how you were feeling. Appreciate the mad love. It is Saturday. Thank you guys for joining us on yesterday. We actually have a hitbox giveaway going on right now. All you have to do is comment on yesterday's video. All the instructions are on yesterday's video. I'll be giving away 2 hitboxes. The announcers will be announced on Monday, so I'm looking forward to that because we haven't done a giveaway in quite some time, man. It's a United States contest, so if you happen to live in the States, leave a comment and I'll announce the winners on Monday. So thank you guys for the amazing love. I'll see you soon. And as always, I don't know what it is, but I know somehow, some way, it's about to get better. Love y'all forever. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
Mike, look at Mike. They put him right in the middle. And he's the smallest. Mike, how is you in a room full of Asian men and you was the shortest? I need some answers. I'm just saying. I never really paid attention to Mike's height like that, but how is Mike the shortest in this room right now? I'm very curious. Oh, speaking of devil, Mike he just texted me right now. What'd he say? I may be the shortest, but at least I got the biggest. Okay, Mike, we're not going there. How are you watching this live, Mike? How the hell did you know I was talking shit about? Hold on, he texted me again. He said, I got that excellent adventures, Dick. Oh my God, Mike. Mike, why are we going there? But that's Mike for you, though. I'm here doing a family show, right, as Christian men, and we are... I got that Capcom Pro cock. You know what I'm saying? He always just got to one-up something. I got that versus Vortex. He just said, I got that versus Vortex. Like versus Vortex. We get it, Mike. We get what you're trying to say. You bitch. Okay.